Okay, let's dive into a leadership philosophy that was born from a super common and frustrating problem. So many leaders know this cycle, right? But the actual cause? It's probably not what you're thinking. It wasn't about a lack of talent. The real issue was a deep, fundamental lack of clarity. And this points to a sneaky challenge that often pops up when a business starts growing really fast. It's this thing called non-financial debt. And, it tends to build up in two specific ways. So, fast revenue growth puts stress on your operations, and rapid hiring, that puts stress on your people. On top of all that, the world itself is just way more chaotic now, which makes everything tougher.
Yeah, we've kind of moved beyond complex. Experts have a new name for it, a Bonnie environment.
This chart really breaks it down. Like, nonlinear means one small thing can suddenly have huge consequences. So the main takeaway here is that just moving fast isn't going to cut it anymore. You have to be precise. And this led to a really big shift in thinking, away from credentials and toward real understanding. True understanding is pretty simple. It means your team can clearly explain these three things. Because when that clarity goes away, confidence just vanishes. And without confidence, well, trust is impossible. So, how do you fight all this chaos? You do it by strategically bringing in outside expertise. And that brings us to something called Business Process Outsourcing, or BPO. It's a game changer. First off, the cost savings are just huge. I mean, potentially up to 70%. And then there's the speed. These specialized teams get up and running 3 times faster. That's a huge edge. In real dollars, that can mean saving over $92,000 a year. Just think about that. But it's not just about the money. It's also about boosting efficiency and getting access to experts. When you do this, you free up your team to focus on what they're actually great at. Here's a really practical framework for actually building a team that's designed for the future. Because at the end of the day, just being prepared, that is the new competitive advantage. And this brings it all back to the beginning. Once the logic was clear, hiring became way easier. So the question for every leader is this: is your organization built for the past or for the future?